Hey my sweethearts, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiki. If it's your first time being here, and on my channel I love to talk about fragrances within my collection and also share some fragrance education. Now today's video is all about the Queen of Spice, aka vanilla. Vanilla is one of the most beloved notes in perfumery, and that's because of its very versatile nature and its complementary abilities. Vanilla can be used to enhance existing fragrances, helps build on reformulations or flankers, and can be used to create its independent fragrance. Now, vanilla is actually the second most expensive fragrance note in the world, right behind saffron. And one of the reasons is because the whole process of producing vanilla is quite a tasking, very time consuming, and labor intensive process. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years for vanilla to go from pod to extract. Also, vanilla, even though it was identified centuries ago in the beautiful country of Mexico, it can now be found or grown in just a few areas because of their climates, and that includes Madagascar. You've probably heard about Madagascar vanilla, Indonesia, Tunisia, Uganda, India, and a few other areas. Now, of all the vanillas produced in these localities, the most expensive is Madagascar vanilla, and that's because it contains the highest dosage of vanillin. Now, vanillin is a compound or element found in vanilla pods that gives it that unique vanilla smell, aroma, or taste. So Madagascar vanilla, whenever you hear it being used in perfumery, you can understand why it's pretty pricey because of this. The first time vanilla was recorded in modern perfumery was in 1921 when Guerlain, the iconic French brand, decided to reformulate their existing fragrance called Jehanne. Jehanne was already a huge success in its initial launch in 1889. However, they decided to reformulate their fragrance by adding the note of vanilla, and Jehanne became an instant classic. It's still produced till date, so if you have a bottle of Jehanne, you have a piece of history with you. Now let's get into these vanillas. Before we begin, I must warn you, every single vanilla listed here is very intoxicating, very addictive, and is loved by everyone when you spray it on. I promise you, okay? So we're going to start with the most affordable of my list, and it is called Vanilla by Theodoros Kalotinis, a wonderful Greek brand. This was launched in 2020, and I'm so happy that I have this in my collection. It has literally 3 notes of vanilla, caramel, and patchouli. You must love your patchouli to enjoy this fragrance because every note here, the 3 notes here, are pretty bold and very, very present. But I love the way this fragrance performs because at the initial blast, you're getting the sweetness, the decadent quality of caramel and vanilla. Literally smells like fluffy cupcakes, freshly baked vanilla heavy cupcakes, or a creamy vanilla cupcakes. That's how I smell, or what I get from this fragrance. It is so yummy. That's all you're getting at the air. However, after a few hours, it becomes a heavy patchouli blend. The sweetness dies down and you're getting very fresh, still enjoyable patchouli. Again, if you don't love patchouli, this might come off too strong for you because the note does not disappear. It doesn't dissipate into the air. Now, the patchouli here is not one that just puts people off. And I say this because I know a couple of people who don't really enjoy patchouli that have actually tried this and, they appreciate it. They're not turned off by it. And I would say that if you're one who's trying to understand what patchouli can be like in gourmand fragrances, this is a great starter for you. Because it's not an off-putting type of patchouli. The spiciness is not heavy. In fact, the patchouli here comes off almost like chocolate-like, which is nice, But if you're willing to experience that very addictive, edible-like quality of this fragrance at the very beginning, then vanilla should definitely be one you need in your collection. I love this so much. Compliments galore, as with every fragrance on this list, but this one right here, because it's very, very affordable. It's an EDP. It is worth having in your collection, especially enjoyable during the colder months. Look at how much I've used. I don't know if you can see it, but I love, love, love it. so much. It's literally smells like frostings, vanilla frosting, very creamy and fluffy in the air. But that dry down is where the patchouli comes to life. So if you love patchouli in your fragrances and you love something sweet as well, the combination of both are what you're going to get in Vanilla by Theodoros Kalotinis. Now, if you love the idea of patchouli in your fragrances, then you're definitely going to love this one. This is such an exquisite blend. I'm talking about Vampire Rum by Lorenzo Pazzaglia, an Italian niche house, and this was launched in 2022. This fragrance right here makes my mouth water all the time because it has a heavy dose of patchouli with an overwhelming presence of rum and different kinds of vanilla. I'm talking about Tahitian vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, black vanilla husk, and then you also have the sweetness of caramel with creaminess of tonka bean. You also have the sweet floral quality of white flowers as well as a tiny bit of oud. Mix all of these notes together and you have a splendid blend of a fragrance. I'm telling you, when I said this fragrance makes my mouth water, I kid you not. Literally that like you're eating a vanilla heavy rum cake, like a Jamaican rum cake. That's what this reminds me of. And it's an extracted perfume, so it stays on your clothes. You need a few sprays and you're good for the day. I can't tell you the number of compliments I've gotten from Vampire Rum. It's such a bold, very magnificent, very exhilarating type of fragrance. Like when you wear this, it gives you like a confidence because of how powerful but delicious, it is. And I kid you not, like I enjoy wearing this when I just don't know what I want to wear, especially if I'm going to a place where I know that there are going to be lots of people. I am very shy. So when I have this, I know it's going to like be like an icebreaker per se, because I know that people are going to ask me what I am wearing. So if you enjoy the idea of a bold but enjoyable fragrance that is a heavy mix of rum, I love my boozy notes with patchouli and vanilla with the sweetness of caramel and the rest, definitely check out Vampire Rum. It's an amazing underrated gem from this wonderful house called Lorenzo Pazzaglia. Now let's go into something very dirty, very sexy, very sensual. Oh my goodness, what this fragrance does to my soul cannot be replicated in words. And I'm talking about Vanille Fatale. If you do not have this baby right here, please run. Look for how you're going to get it, because this is the definition of dirty, sultry vanilla. Who doesn't need a dirty, sultry vanilla in the collection? What are you doing? Vanilla does not always have to be extra sweet or extra sticky. There has to be some mature quality that vanilla does and brings to you and your collection. And Vanille Fatale is the perfect representation of that. Vanille Fatale was launched in 2017 and it contains this very glamorous, sensual notes of rum, saffron, myrrh, olibanum, coriander, orange, lime, barley, coffee, plum, frangipani, narcissus, artemisia, rose, suede, tobacco, mahogany, patchouli, oak moss, violets, and Madagascar vanilla, which gives it that extra sweet accord. My. You can only understand this fragrance if you smell it. Listen, the combination of all these notes gives you this unique showstopper that is Vanille Fatale. Telling you, I know I have a lot of dirty vanillas in my collection, but none smells like this. This evokes a very sensual characteristic that it's almost like pheromones on you. That's how this Vanille Fatale comes off when you wear it. Okay, it starts off very smoky and it stays that way throughout the whole wear of the fragrance, and it's long lasting. I know that most times we'll try to kick Tom Ford fragrances by saying it's not, but this one right here, it is an amazing, outstanding performer. Vanille Fatale is one of those fragrances that when you spray it and you close your eyes, it gives you crazy imaginations. Your imagination literally runs wild with this fragrance. It can only be experienced when smelled. It has like an almost feline quality to it. It is what everyone says it is, okay? Definitely check it out for a good dosage of sultriness in your vanilla, smokiness in your vanilla, sexiness in your vanilla. That's what we want when we're talking about vanilla, and you're going to get all of that from Vanille Fatale by Tom Ford. My tobacco lovers, you're not forgotten. I got this mesmerizing vanilla, and this is Vanille Havane by Indemodables. Oh my goodness. If you love tobacco in your fragrances and you love the extra sweetness in your vanilla, you have to check this one out because it has a heavy dose of sweetness with tobacco and a slight spiciness, which is surprisingly not mentioned in the notes. Vanille Havane was launched in 2020 and it contains notes of tobacco, cacao, dried fruits, rum, amber, leather, floral notes, and of course, vanilla. My goodness, this is thick, it is rich, it is deep. It has a sort of cozy quality in its dry down. But my gosh, this is what I've been looking for in tobacco infused vanillas. Most times, to my nose, when I smell those kind of mixtures, it's always the tobacco is very dry, or the vanilla is almost synthetic like, or the sweetness is just too much. But Vanille Havana is a perfect combination of all of the notes I'm looking for and more. Okay, there's a heavy dosage of tobacco that's almost cigar-like. You have the sweetness from the dried fruits. You have a slight spiciness, again, like I mentioned, not noted here, that almost gives it a Middle Eastern quality to it, not in a negative way, but in a very exotic type of way. This is almost like you're on a vacation. I can see like you're wearing this in a place like Oman or like Qatar, like Arab money type area. That's how you feel when you wear Vanille Havane. It's not for the faint-hearted because it's quite strong. It stands out. I have this on my clothes for days. It doesn't shy away. And I love that about it. It's very, very rich, very enjoyable if you love your strong fragrances. And if you want to experience something different from the norm when it comes to your typical tobacco vanilla fragrances, and you love sweetness because this is really, really sweet, definitely check out Vanille Havane. Oh my gosh, it is intoxicating, clearly. Yeah, I love this so much. For my tobacco lovers, I love sugar, I love vanilla, and when those two are put together, that makes me happy. And that's what I'm getting from Vanille Blonde by Jehanne Rigaud Grasse. This right here is such an underrated gem. It is divine. It is delicious. It makes you smell so edible. All you're getting from the start to finish is vanilla and sugar. This is for those who love their tooth-achingly sweet vanillas. You're getting that in this fragrance, okay? This right here is an underrated gem because it's been in the market since, I believe, 2017. And it is powerful, meaning that you spray this and you're going to get whiffs of it in the air. It's still going to be present in the air, and on your clothes, it lasts for a long, long time. The dry down is all about the sugar, sugar, and more sugar. The notes here are bourbon vanilla, sugar, star anise for that extra spiciness that just peeks through. You also have some musk in here and a benzoin for some slight creaminess. But by and large, take out the other keynotes. Like I had mentioned, this is all about your vanilla and your sugar. If you love the idea of sweetness, extra sweetness, definitely get Vanille Blonde. In some ways, this sort of reminds me of Tihota and Vaniglia. Just imagine those two coming together and having a love child. That's what I assume that this smells like. But this is extra, like this is better because of how it performs and that dry down. I just want it and more. Make the mistake of spraying this once, you're going to want to keep spraying yourself with it. Okay, and it's pretty affordable for the way it performs and for just everything about it. The only downside I don't like is the cap. Literally, this is a hole between the fragrance, and that's it. Why? But beyond that, it's a pretty neat bottle, and I'm so glad that I have this. So yeah, if you want the sweetness, sugary quality in your vanilla, definitely check out Vanille Blonde by Jehanne Rigaud Grasse, an underrated gem worth having in your collection. If you love the idea of grilled fruits in your fragrance, then you're definitely going to love this one. And this is Mystic Sugar by Coreterno. Yo, this is one that would make you feel like you are on an island and you're in a party filled with grilled fruits and spicy notes just together. It's like you're having a fruit bowl mixed with spices and then an infusion of vanilla milk. That's what I'm getting from Mystic Sugar. Okay, it's one that is like a grower. You have to be willing to explore a different kind of vanilla to truly enjoy this one. The notes here are just a combination of fruits, spices, and sweetness. Mystic Sugar was launched in 2021 and it has notes of pineapple, orange, almond blossom, cacao, tonka bean, cardamom and ginger, giving it that spiciness, jasmine, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. The spiciness though stays at the very beginning, but in the dry down, you have such a very creamy, warm, cozy like vanilla, and that's thanks to the sandalwood and the amber at the base. But at the very beginning, you're getting that equal blast of smoked fruits, just like you have the pineapple grilled with, you know, an extra helping of oranges, and then you have the ground cardamom and ginger placed on it, giving it that very intoxicating accord in the air. That's what I can get when I spray Mystic Sugar. It's not for the faint-hearted. You might dismiss it immediately, but I promise you, if you can just be patient with this fragrance, you're going to love it. It's different. You're not going to be smelling like any other person, which is what I love about Mystic Sugar. Trust me. So if you're willing to explore the world of spiciness and smoked fruits in your fragrance, you're definitely going to love Mystic Sugar. I feel that this is one that would be loved in summertime because of how the smoky fruits comes alive with this fragrance. I've read some people say that this is a skin scent. Well, for me, it's not, and maybe because I'm an oversprayer, but I would say allow the fragrance macerate, let it sit for a little while and try it again. And please overspray your fragrance if it's not giving you from just a few sprays. I enjoyed this. I've had great experiences with Mystic Sugar and I can't wait to explore it more during the summertime. So for a smoky, spicy, fruity fragrance, vanilla fragrance, definitely check out Mystic Sugar. And finally, I had to bring this up because it does not mention any note of vanilla, but I promise you, this is a vanilla heavy fragrance. I'm talking about King of Flowers by Alghabra Parfums. This is an extrait de parfum, and oh my gosh, I am in love. This right here reminds me of Absolute Aphrodisiac. Literally, I would say it's twin. That is what I'm getting from this fragrance. However, let's talk about it. This was launched in 2018. Nothing about the notes replicate what I'm getting in this fragrance, save for two. The other notes listed here are non-existent. I mean, it's listed to have iris, lavender, bergamot, grapefruits, amber, and sandalwood. Beyond the amber and sandalwood, giving it that balsamic, creamy, warm, sensual, seductive quality, I'm not getting anything floral or fruity or citrus-like at all, okay? So this, again, is like an infusion of vanilla and amber and sandalwood, making it very mesmerizing, very alluring, something enchanting in the base of it all. Very reminiscent of what you get from Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio, one of my most loved fragrances as well. I didn't want to list it in here because I'm saving that for another video, but if you want a similar vibe and accord from what you're getting in that, definitely check out King of Flowers, because this is one that people are sleeping on. It's an extrait de parfum, so great quality as well. Absolutely amazing. One for the books, and I love the bottle. It has a picture inside here as well, very artsy, and the bottle is pretty easy to hold and use. So yeah, I just thought to bring this up because it's amazing that it's a vanilla fragrance, but the notes don't match what I'm getting. So yeah, for a creamy, ambery, vanillic, sensual vanilla, definitely check out King of Flowers by Alghabra Parfums. And there you have it, 7 amazing, intoxicating, beast mode, sensual, seductive, yummy vanilla fragrances that you need to try. Do you know any of these? Please let me know in the comment section. Also, tell me some vanilla fragrances that I need to know about that are doing justice to your fragrance collection. I like to learn and hear from you. Please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. It will mean the world to me. The more I think about it now, I should definitely compile my list of Middle Eastern vanilla fragrances in a video. I'm excited for that. Please be on the lookout for it. If you would like me to do a part 2 of this as well, also please share that in the comment section. Okay? Well, thank you so much for your time. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You're beautiful, and please do not let anyone take away your shine, okay? Have a great one.